So let us start. This is the first unit of the compiler design. So this is the new subject in your fifth semester diploma engineering computer BLC 502. So the code is BLC 502 and this is the unit number first and lecture first. As per timetable, I am engaging your class and hope that as per timetable, I will engage your all classes. So all the students must be there and be ready for the online classes as per timetable provided by the authority, that is the section of electrical engineering as well as the higher authority of the University Polytechnic, that is the principal of the University Polytechnic. So as per timetable, I will engage your all classes, even the computer labs. Okay. So this is the first unit of the compiler design, and I have already provided you the syllabus of the computer graphics and the compiler design. I will also engage your two computer labs, okay, Java programming lab as well as the computer hardware and networking lab. So the contents for the first unit are the introduction to compiler and the lexical analysis. So this is the unit number first, and the contents are the introduction to compiler, structures of compilers, programming language grammar, syntax tree, parse tree, ambiguous grammar, lexical analysis, and lexical errors. So here the first topic is the introduction to compiler. What is the compiler? What is the translators? What are the different assemblers? So all the translators, we can divide all the compilers and the assemblers and other system softwares, and we can define under the category of the translators. So what are the translators? Translators are the system softwares that convert one language to another. Here we are not going to tell what is the first language, what is the second language, and just here I will tell what are the different translators. So we can define it easily. The translators are nothing but the system softwares which converts the one language into the another. So compiler and the assemblers come under the category of the translators. So what are the compiler? Compilers are the system softwares that convert high level language into the machine language. And what are the interpreters? Interpreters also come under the categories of the translators, and it also works like the compilers. So translators are the, compilers, and the another one is the interpreters. So interpreters are also able to convert high level language into the machine language. What compiler convert? Complete program means the whole program completely at a time. But interpreter converts high level language into the machine language line by line. Now first we emphasize over the compiler. So what is the compiler? A computer program translates one language to another. So whenever we are going to write the program, we always write our program into the high level language, and that high level language is called the source program. So whenever we write the program on the computer screen, that is called the source program. So source program is written by the programmer, and what is the function of the compiler? It is converting high level language program into the target program. And what is the target program? It is the object program. You can also call the object program or the machine language program. So because the computer can understand only the machine language. So what is the function of the compiler? Just it is converting the source program into the target program. A compiler is a complex program. Compiler itself a complex program because it is a system software. System software like the operating system. Operating system, it is also called the system software. Compilers, interpreters, assemblers, all comes under the category of the system software. So compiler is also one of the category of the system software. Compilers are used in many forms of the computing. What are the different computing forms? Command interpreters, interface program. Compiler just converting the source program into the machine language. So writing machine language numeric codes is time consuming, because earlier we were using directly, we are writing the program into the machine language, but it is very difficult to write the program. It is very difficult to debug the program because we cannot debug the program easily. So after some time we got the compiler, and we can easily convert our high level language into the machine language. So it is a system software, and first we were writing our program into the machine language, and that was very time consuming and very tedious, very complex. We cannot write easily all the programs, we cannot understand easily, we cannot debug. And after that we find another language, that is called the assembly language. Assembly language, I think you have already done or study about the assembly language in your second year. Assembly language, in this case we use the mnemonics, and mnemonics, these are nothing but the special codes. We just write move like that, LXI. So these are the special code, and we can use those special code. But it is easy to write the program, but very difficult to debug the program. We cannot easily debug our program even in the assembly language, and also it is very difficult to write the program into assembly language. So what is the brief history about the compiler? The first compiler was developed between 1954 and 1957. Earlier we were using the Fortran language and its compiler by a team at IBM led by John Backus. So earlier we were using the scientific language, and that was the Fortran language. So there is a need arise to convert high level language, because Fortran is the high level language. So the need arises to convert high level language, that is the Fortran language, into the machine language, because we cannot work easily on the high level language. The computer can understand only the machine language. So the related theories algorithm in the 1960s and 1970s. The classification of the language, the parsing problem was pursued. So parsing problem means context-free language, parsing algorithm. So there were different algorithm was used by the different programmers, and they developed a new language, that is the context-free language. The symbolic method for expressing the structure of the words of a programming language. So in this case, we use the finite automata, regular expressions. Methods have been developed for generating efficient object code. So our target is to develop the object code only. So optimization techniques, we also use the optimization techniques or code improvement techniques. because we always emphasize over the memory requirement. The memory occupied by the program must be less so that the machine can work efficiently. Programs were developed to automate the compiler development for parsing. So we are using the parser generator and scanner generators. So later on, we can discuss over the parser generator and the scanner generators. Recent advances in compiler design. More sophisticated algorithms were developed, window-based interactive development environment. However, the basic of compiler design have not changed much in the last 20 years. Even though we were using the same compiler design as we were using before last 20 years. Now just we come over the compilers and interpreters basic. So compilation means translation of a program written in a source language into a semantically equivalent program written in a target language. Just I am considering the example of the C program because you have already using a number of compilers whenever you are going to write the program in C, then the program written by you always write in the high level language that is called the source program. So you use the high level language, and that high level language written by you on the computer screen, that is called the source program. And what is the role of the compiler? Compiler is converting high level language, that is the source program, into the target program. But another function of the compiler is to debug the program and to find the error messages. As we receive the error messages using the compiler, then we convert high level language into the target program. And what is the target program? The target program the computer can easily understand. Target program means the machine language program. And again, we got the output in the form of the high level language on the screen. Just you are getting the output again in the form of the source program, so that you can easily understand the output of your program. Compilers and interpreters, again just I am going to emphasize over that. Interpretation performing the operations implied by the source program. So what are the different operations? Just we are converting high level language into the low level language, that is the machine language. And another thing is the to find the error messages. So the same thing is done by the interpreter also. But the difference is, in case of the compiler, it is converting your whole program into the machine language program. And interpreter, if we will use the interpreter, then the function is same, but it is converting line by line. So if we will compare quality wise, then interpreter is better than the compiler. But efficiency of compiler is better than the interpreter, because the time taken by the interpreter is more as compared to the compiler, because compiler is converting whole program once into the machine language, but an interpreter is converting high level language into the machine language line by line. So it takes more time to convert the source program into the machine language. Even though the time taken by the interpreter is more, but we are still using the interpreter, but the use of compiler is more as compared to the interpreter. So you can understand the functions of both are same. The interpreter also find the error messages. But if you will consider the example of the C program, then you can easily debug your program if it is compiled using the interpreter, because you can get the correct location where the problem is coming, where is error occurring. So the analysis synthesis model of compilation. So there are two parts. Whenever we will do the compilation, convert high level language into the low level language and to find the error messages. So there are two parts of the compiler. So first is called the analysis and another is called the synthesis. So the combined form is called the analysis synthesis model of compilation. So there are two parts. First is called the analysis. Analysis determine the operations implied by the source program, which are recorded in a tree structure. So in case of the analysis, we find the tree structure, and that tree structure is also called the parse tree. The name is parse tree, P-A-R-S-E, parse tree. And in the synthesis, that is the synthesis phase, takes the tree structure and translates the operations therein into the target program. So in first phase, in case of the analysis phase, just we are doing the recording in the form of the parse tree or the tree structure, and in the second phase, the program conversion takes place. So there are two important phases, analysis and synthesis. Now you have already heard about the preprocessors, compilers, assemblers, and linkers. So these are the inbuilt programs, preprocessors, compilers, assemblers, and linkers. What are the preprocessors? Whenever you write the program, again I am considering the case of the C programming. So you use some sort of programming language that is also called the grammar of the C programming. So the grammar of the C programming, you always start to write the program with a hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, like that. So what is the hash? Hash is called the preprocessors. So preprocessors are nothing but these are the small inbuilt programs in the compiler. Okay, if we are using the C language, then in case of C compiler, the preprocessor, these are the inbuilt macro programs. So it provides the location of the header files. What are the compiler? We have already discussed. Assemblers. Assemblers are the, again, these are the translators, converts assembly language into the machine language. Assemblers are the system softwares that converts assembly language into the machine language. Linkers, linkers again, these are the small programs that link your programs. Okay, so this is the skeletal source program. Here you write the source program, then it goes to the first phase, pre-processor. Whenever you start to write the program, then you use the pre-processors. Again, input is the source program. After writing the program, it goes to the compiler. Okay, it goes to the compiler so that the source program converted into the machine language. If the target is assembly program, okay, then we use the assembler. instead of compiler. So this is the complete diagram flow chart. You can say either we can use the compiler or we can use the assembler. Okay, so if you are using the assembler, then assembler convert the assembly language into the machine code. Relocatable object code, that is the linker. What is the linker? It contains libraries and object files. So linker links your program with different libraries and the object file, and ultimately at the end we will get the machine code. So either we will use the compiler or the assembler. At the end we will get the machine code. So this is the table in which we can see the different phases of the compiler. So first phase is the programmer source code producer. So what is the programmer? It is also called the source code producer. So output is the source string. So just you are going to write the program in the form of the strings. Okay, A is equal to B plus C. It is just an example, or you can say it is a sample. Scanner performs lexical analysis. So analysis again contains a number of stages. So first stage is called the lexical analysis. So lexical analysis means it scans your strings in the form of different tokens. So here you are using A is equal to B plus C. So A sign of equal, then B operator sign plus, and then again C. So A is equal to B plus C. So these are called the different tokens. If we will separate all the tokens, then we will get A. In the second row, you can see A, then equal sign, then B, then plus, then C, then semicolon. So these are called the different tokens. And whenever we will combine all the tokens, then we will get the string. So separate letters are called the, or special symbols are called the tokens. And these tokens are stored in the symbol table. Again, just we are considering parser. Parser performs syntax analysis based on the grammar of the programming language. Every, or we can say each programming language have its own grammar, and we have to follow those rules and regulation of the grammar of that particular language. So the parser makes the parse tree from the different tokens we will get from the strings, different strings. Now you can see in the third row, just we are able to make the parse tree. Here the we can draw the parse tree A equal to B plus C. So this is the parse tree for that. Fourth, semantic analyzer. In the semantic analyzer, just we do the type checking, etc. So type checking, we will check the different strings, or the programs which is written by you, it is okay or not. Whether you have done some mistakes during writing the programs, okay, that is called the type checking. So whether you are following the, mute your, please mute your mic, please mute your mic. So intermediate code generator, again 3 address code, quotes or RTL. So intermediate code generator create the 3 address code. So with the help of the 3 address code, we generate intermediate code. So there are different ways to create the intermediate code or to develop the intermediate code, that is the 3 address code or quads or RTL. So we will explain the same thing in the next chapter clearly about the intermediate code generator in the unit number 4 about the 3 address code. What is the 3 address code? Okay. Another called the optimizer. Optimizer optimizes the different codes or different strings which are written by you. So our target is to write the efficient programming, and efficient programming is possible if we emphasize over the memory occupied by your program. So why we are going to optimize our program? Because our target is just to minimize the requirement of the memory. So we use the optimizer. Another thing is the code generator. The code generator we use to write the different strings in the form of the assembly code. And last one is the peephole optimizer. And code generator and peephole optimizer we will use in case of the assembly language, and we always use assembly codes for that. So these are called the different phases of the compiler, and we will explain in another unit. It is just the overview. So the grouping of phases. So compiler, front end and back end. So there are two ends. First is called the front and another is called the back. So front end means just we are doing the analysis, and back end we are doing the synthesis. So there are two phases. First is called the analysis phase, another is called the synthesis phase, or we can also call front and back ends. Now just we also emphasize over the different passes of compiler. Passes of compiler, the compilers are maybe single pass or multi pass. Means we always do some work, and our target is to manage our load. So how we will manage our load? Then we just create some other departments or sections so that we can manage our load completely and uniformly. So similarly, the compiler also manages its load. How it is possible? Then there are different passes. So the compiler which convert high level language into the machine language in the single pass means it is doing all the processing work in single pass. Okay, analysis and synthesis, code optimization, everything is going in the single pass. Okay, means there is no any other department, no any break, nothing else. It is converting, it is doing all the processing in a single pass. Multiple pass means if it is distributing its load into different passes, means the compiler doing analysis phase in one pass, synthesis phase other pass, code optimization in another pass. So this is called the multi-pass. Means it is just dividing load into different passes. Even though if the work will be done by the compiler in single pass, it will take less time. Okay, but in case of the multiple pass it will take more time. But if we will compare again, then quality wise multi pass work will be better as compared to single pass. because we can maintain the quality in case of the multi-pass cases. So compiler construction tools. So there are different compiler construction tools. That is called the software development tools are available to implement one or more compiler phases. So there are different number of software development tools that are called the different scanner generators, parser generators, syntax directed translation engines, automatic code generators, data flow engines. So these are the different compiler construction tools. So we can write our system software, that is the compiler. We can design the compiler with the help of these tools. So these tools, what are that? These tools, first is called the scanner generators, another is called the parser generators, third is called the syntax directed translation engine, fourth is called the automatic code generators, and fifth is called data flow engine. Interpreters, we have already emphasized over the interpreters. Execute the source program immediately rather than generating object code. Examples, earlier we were using the basic Lisp. These are the different examples of the languages used often in educational or the development situations. Speed of execution is slower than compiled. Okay, we have already discussed regarding the speed of the interpreters. Speed of the interpreters are less as compared to the compiler, because interpreters is converting high level language into the low level language, that is the machine language, line by line. Okay, but in case of the compiler, it converting whole program one at a time into the machine language. So compilers are faster than the interpreters, even though work is same. Functions are of both system softwares, that is the compiler and interpreters are same. Okay, but interpreters are slower than the compilers. Okay, the speed of execution of the interpreters is slower than the compiler. Assembler, another category, it also converts assembly language into the machine language. So these are the translators. So what are the, anybody can ask about the translators. What are the different translators? How will you define the translator? Translators are the system softwares. What are the different examples? Compilers, assemblers, interpreters.
Interpreter.
Yes, interpreters. So all comes under the category of the translators. What is the function of translator? Convert one language into the another. Interpreter, converting high level language into the machine language, but line by line. So speed is slow. Assemblers, converting assembly language or mnemonics, or you can say the codes into the machine language. So these are called the, again, assemblers are called the translators. Compiler, converting whole program into the machine language. So the compilers are faster as compared to other translators. Linkers, what are the linkers? Collect separate object files into a directly executable file. Linkers links your program. Whenever you write the program, then it provides the linkage to your program to different libraries. Okay, because compiler remains in the memory and each compiler have its grammar, and grammar contains several different functions, several header files. Okay, and header files contains different preprocessors, and preprocessors links the different, you can say, functions to the header files. So linkers provide the linkage. So collect separate object code. What are the function of the linkers? Collect separate object files into directly executable file. Connect an object program to the code for standard library functions. Becoming one of the principal activities of a compiler depends on OS and the processor. So it also depends on the operating system and the speed of the processor. So linkers provide the linkage. Loaders just, it is also comes under the category of the system software. Okay, it loads your program. Whenever you write any source program, then it loads your program from computer to RAM and RAM to processor. Okay, loader loads your high level language program to resolve all relocatable address related to a given base, make executable code. So loader also make the executable code more flexible, often as part of the operating environment. Loaders, these all linkers, loaders, these are the parts of the operating environment. Without the linkers or loaders, you cannot operate your program, rarely as an actual separate program. So these are linkers and loaders. These are the separate programs. Even these are called the small program, but necessary program. Preprocessor again comes under that category. Preprocessor delete commands, include other files, and perform macro substitutions required by a language as in C, or can be later add-ons that provide additional facilities. So we can, in this case, consider the example of any C program and we use the preprocessor. At the starting, we always start our program to write hash include stdio.h, hash include math.h, like that. Okay, then hash, it links your different functions with the header file. Editors again is small system software. You can edit your program. Compiler have been bundled together with the editor and other programs into an interactive development oriented toward the format or structure of the programming language called structure based, may include some operations of a compiler informing some errors. So editors, these are nothing but the again system software so that you can edit your program easily. So these are called the editors, and nowadays these all the things are inbuilt. Debuggers, you can debug your program, used to determine execution error. Debuggers provide the execution error in a compiled program. Whenever you compiled your program, then you, how will you get the errors? Then we use some small programs that are called the debuggers. Okay, it also keep tracks of the most or all of the source code information. So source code information, it also have alt execution. Suppose we want to finish our program, then there is a facility provided in the debuggers, alt execution at pre-specified location called breakpoints must be supplied with the appropriate symbolic information by the compiler. So debugger, what is the function of the debugger? Just debug the program, gives you the different errors occurring in the program. Whenever you will write the program, then due to not following the proper language grammar, you will always get some sort of errors, and that errors debugged by the system software that are called the debuggers. The phases of a compiler, again 6 phases. Earlier we have studied main 2 phases, analysis phase and synthesis phase, and again those phases are divided. Then we will get total 6 phases. So first phase is called the scanner, then parser, then semantic analyzer, then source code optimizer, then code generator, then target code optimizer. Okay, and 3 auxiliary components. What are the 3 auxiliary components? Literal table, symbol table, error handler. So these are the different tables which will be provided whenever you will write the program, and whenever you will click the compile. Whenever you will write the program using the C compiler, then you will always click to compile the program, then whole the process will start, and the compiler will use 6 phases and 3 auxiliary components, and literal table, symbol table. These are used to store the different tokens. Okay, all the information of your program will be stored in symbol table or the literal table, and at the end that is called the error handler. Error handler, it is nothing but it handles the error in the program. That is like a debugger, debug the program. So it handles the error. The function of the compiler is to handle the error or to debug the program and to convert the high level language into the machine language. So there are two main functions of the compiler or the interpreters or the assembler. So what are the two main functions? Two main functions are the to convert source program, means high level language program, into the machine language, and to provide the diagnostic messages, that is the error messages. And who will provide the error messages? That is the error handler will provide you the error messages. So this is the flow chart for the phases of the compiler: scanner, parser, semantic analyzer, source code optimizer, code generator, target code optimizer. And again, all these phases are connected with the literal table, symbol table, error handler. Means storage can be done in the literal table, symbol table, and error handler table. So first you will write the program, the source code will go into the scanner. So it will scan your program and it will break your source string into number of tokens. We have already discussed into different number of tokens, means A, then equal sign, then B, then plus sign, then C. Just I am considering the example of A equal to B plus C. Suppose you are writing your program in the form of A equal B plus C. Okay. So different number of tokens are A, then equal sign, then B, then plus sign, then C. So these are called the different tokens, and different tokens will go into the parser. And what is the function of the parser? Parser will develop the parse tree. Okay, it will provide you the parse tree or the syntax tree. So the syntax tree, again, it will go to the semantic analyzer, and semantic analyzer will check the program written by you, it is okay or not. It will provide you the type checking. Okay, the function of the semantic analyzer means the program written by you, it is okay or not, whether you have followed the grammar of the compiler or not, otherwise you will get the error here. Okay, and if there is no error, then you will get the annotated tree, that is the source code optimizer. And annotated tree means the correct tree will go to the source code optimizer, then it will optimize your program, means it will reduce the memory, it will do the optimization technique. And how will you optimize? The output of that source code optimizer will be intermediate code. So here you will get the intermediate code, and that will be provided by the optimizer. And intermediate code will go to the code generator, it will develop or create the code, and then it will go to the target code optimizer, and ultimately finally you will get the target code. So this is the way, this is the function of the compiler. But in reality, just you will click on the compiler button whenever you are writing the program. Then how will you compile the program? Just you are going to click the button compile, but the whole procedure is very long. You can see yourself, there are number of phases. First is the analysis, then synthesis phase, and again it is divided into number of phases, and the whole story will, you know, will be stored in the literal table, symbol table, error handler. So the story is very long. So here we can see what is the function of the scanner. So lexical analysis, it collects the different sequences of characters into meaningful unit called tokens. An example, A index 4 plus 2. Again, we are considering A is the variable, means identifier, and then bracket, this is the square bracket, left bracket, and then index, again identifier, closing bracket, right bracket, again equal sign, that is called the assignment sign, 4 it is a number, plus sign, 2 number, okay. So these are called the different number of tokens. So it will scan your program. So here program is A bracket index 4 plus 2, like that, okay. Are you getting? Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have any class or not after that at 10:30?
सर है सर.
Okay. So we can stop here, and from the parser we can again start. Okay.
ओके
ओके सर.
ओके, धन्यवाद सर.